Hey, kiddos. So for Silken Court, I'm going to be talking about two main points in the fight. The rest of the stuff is very easy. You can watch it on Glatnos's guide or your own POVs. The two most important things are, first of all, the first web vortex, or how to deal with this mechanic, the web vortex. Second is when the boss teleports and does web vortex at the same time, how do we deal with that? And we're going to watch some examples for that, of course. Now, first thing you need to understand is, and this is very difficult to explain and very difficult to understand, I know, but go with me step by step. Doesn't matter which team you are. If you get grouped first, you always want to run right or left. Why? Because you don't want to run through the other team. Simple as that. If you're the second team, you want to run through the boss. Okay? Now, you break your webs and then you soak. For the second team that gets grouped, you soak and then break your webs. If you don't manage to soak all of the balls, it's fine. After you break your webs and Hummus finishes the cast, you can go in and soak. Very simple, very easy. We're going to go through it step by step now. Red team got grouped. Okay, they drop their balls here. They run right or left. Break their webs and then rotate around to where the blue team was. While this is happening, blue team will get sucked in. Blue team gets sucked in. They drop their balls here. Run through the red balls team. Try to soak 2 each, maximum 3 of course. And then move out and break. If you don't manage to soak all of them, it's fine. You wait for the cast to finish and then you go back and soak the rest. Same with red team. Yeah, you don't have to. We have plenty of time to soak, so no need to, cut it short basically or close. We're gonna. If you didn't understand here, you can replay the video. I'm gonna move on to Warcraft logs replay to better understand. I think this will help you understand it better. Now for this exercise, just imagine you are whatever class you are here, so you can see how they played it, or just look at the teams that have it. You can replay this video to understand it more, of course, this part of the video to understand it more. Okay, so I believe this team will get grouped first. It's coming in now. They're moving in left, right. And then the other team gets grouped. They run through, soak. I don't know where Manju's going there, but they soak. And then they spread out, break their thing. Meanwhile, Hummus is casting. In 2 seconds, he'll finish. People go back in to finish the ball soaks. And handle the spells. And basically group the ads in. Now, the way we will deal with who runs left, who runs right, is we'll just have a very light assignments basically that tells you if you ever get pulled in first, you go left. If you ever get pulled in first, you go right. There is a weak that automatically tells you where to go. We'll try to get we're trying to get a hold of that basically, or make one. We'll have to see how it goes, but I don't really think that's going to be a big deal because most of the guilds are just winging it and it's fine. It's completely fine. As long as you don't run to the other team, you're fine. Okay, we'll watch a POV of this now. This is if you get grouped first. And if you notice, he has the weak row that tells him left or right. That's what we're trying to get. One thing important to note here, by the way, is you can actually decide who's going to be paired with you by standing very close to them when the Chingon happens. You get me? So if you notice, every 2 people are standing next to each other when they get grouped in. This way, they are guaranteed to know which team is that. So we can actually put that into the note if you guys want to work it out and make sure you guys always know who you're getting grouped with. But keep in mind, the second teleport, the second web vortex, you're not going to have this. You're not going to have this much time. So just, you can do it on the first one, but the second one's not going to work, or at least most of the time it won't. Alright, so they get grouped first. They're going left or right, or he's snapping right here, for example. They rotate around the blue team. Look at the blue team, the red team there, the second team. They're running through, soaking, and then they run out and break. Breaking is not urgent. You don't have to break insta. You go in, finish your soaks, and that's that, basically. This is if you get grouped second. And you can watch THDs already with Splat here. So you get grouped second, you run through, soak your Chingon, and then you break. As simple as that. Okay. Now that's done. We don't have to talk about the spells and grouping and everything. I think that's very easy. Now the second point I want to talk about. After we're done with the spells and everything, red team will get a frontal, blue team will get a frontal. You just sidestep them easy. and then the boss will teleport, Hummus will teleport to one of the areas. And there's a lot of ways to do this for guilds, but I think the easiest way to do it is you always run to the side closest to you, and the other team runs to the opposite side. And we'll talk about that, of course, in a bit. You'll see it with more examples. We might need to, depending on the POV I get, I can just call it whatever team is closest. So here, for example, they're saying that the boss will teleport here. So what happens is blue team and red team run. Blue takes left and red takes right of the boss, basically, or facing the boss. It just makes it just makes sense for that to happen. But more replays we'll watch, you'll see some very awkward situations or positions, and that's what I want to talk about, how we want to deal with that, because that's the difficult part. Anyway, so the general idea or the gist of this, again, thank you, Aya, for this rate plan, but the gist of this basically is the moment the boss teleports, you know what vortex is going to happen. So you instantly run as fast as you can in a good position in front of the boss, because you want to drop your orbs in a very good way. If you get gripped first, you run right, left. If you get gripped second, you run through the boss. That never changes. But what you need to understand is if you get gripped second, that means you have plenty of time to position yourselves in a good way. You get me? But if you get gripped first, you might get gripped here, for example. Like you guys are trying to run, you might get gripped here. And that's fine. It's no big deal. We're going to watch a few POVs now where they do that, and they're okay with it. They're fine with it. Okay? Let's watch the VODs first, and then we'll go watch the replays, because the replays are how we move, but the VODs explain this mechanic. Let's start with ethical. Yeah, ethical. So they're baiting the frontals here. You want to huddle up for the frontals if possible. It's fine if you don't, again. But still. I don't like that one team moved left, the other team moved right. They might clash, but it's fine. So the boss teleported close to red marker. Hallelujah. Very close to them. Blue is still way far. And guess what? Blue team gets picked here. If this is the correct VOD. So it's literally fucked. But how do they fix this? Red team just positions better for the blue team. And then red team runs out, breaks their chains, runs through, breaks the chain out, and soak at the same time. We'll see it now. So this is very unlucky. Blue team was super far away, and they're running in. They're trying to get in ASAP. They get in. They do left, right, blue team. And then red team goes in. If you see all of the... Look at how far the balls are. But it's fine. It's no big deal. You run in, you soak them. And then you go back to your position. Another thing to note here is look at how red team positioned themselves, because they knew the suck wasn't on them first. They positioned themselves in a good way for blue team to instantly soak. You see? That's it. Now another POV. I believe this is the second frontal now, and the boss teleports. Where does she teleport? Here. So naturally, blue would go to this side, where my mouse is. Red would take that side, since blue. So here, if I'm watching any POV and you rotate for me, I'll just say, okay, blue left, red right. Simple as that. Okay, this is them getting gripped second. Notice how they all ran to one direction towards the center instead of left, right to break. It's fine. You can do that, or you can run also there that side. It's no big deal. I think with more pulls, you guys will figure it out. So you run through the boss, very easy. You break, but you notice what I mean here with the movement. And then honestly, last POV, I think this is Demon Hunter. That's one frontal. The second they baited. Again, very lucky for them, but this is, I wouldn't say an awkward first pull, because they can still make it. They have like 1 second left. But you see, it's no big deal. It's fine. If it's not perfect, it's okay. Red team makes it easy because they go into the right position. They go right and left, and notice these people are running, while like half a second later, red team gets gripped in. So you don't have to worry about running into them. They will get gripped in. They run through the wall side, and then they're breaking. See, one person didn't break, they just break now. It's fine. Then you soak whatever's left, and the spells and the ads are coming in, or the spells here. We'll talk about that later, but spells and ads, the spells I don't think are the difficult part of this fight. Okay, let's watch replays now, so I can go through what might happen, basically. This is one frontal bait, the other frontal, they moved right, that's whatever, clockwise. I mean, this is an accident in the middle, of course, it's gonna happen, of course, but it's fine. So, very simple, very easy. Each team went to the closest section for them. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I think that was a gateway here. That's why they died. They got gripping. They go right, left. The other team goes through. Very simple, very easy. Next one. This is one frontal, they move right. The other frontal, they move left. That's good. Sorry, left, clockwise, both. The boss teleports behind this team. Very easy. You go right. You get me? You go to the nearest area because you want the other team to go there. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to survive. That's all there is to it. Okay, next one. As long as you're mirroring each other movements, fine. And see, and then you're on here. This is, I think, one of the easy ones. Because it's very easy for both of you to go there. And whoever gets gripped first, let's see who gets gripped first here. They're in a good position. I think this is one of the very easy ones, yeah. And then you go and fix that. This is also an easy one because you can see they both run in at the same time. Only one person went right in that team, but again, it's no big deal, it's no problem. And then the last POV, I think this is one of the fucked up ones. Yeah, it's one of the fucked up ones. I think one team is very close, the other team is far. She teleports to either here, or here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen a lot of VODs about this, or a lot of replays. Yeah, so this team naturally would go here. You know, pop quiz time, for example. If you were the team, where would you go? You'd go here. Because that team, it's easier for that team to go there instead of running through this team. You could argue also this team would go here and that team would go there, but it just seemed reasonable for this team to go here and that team to go there. They were very lucky that they got gripped first, because if this team got gripped first, it would be fucked. But just like we watched in, I think, Ethical's POV, it's fine. They dealt with it. No big deal. It's okay. Because then this team would have had time to spread out in a good way and, you know, move in, basically. They get gripped in and they go through. So I think this guild, Nascent, if you guys want to watch how they did it, or you want to watch back how they did this, that's a very good way to learn how to deal with the shittiest overlap. Okay, that's it for, you know, phase 2. There are the small things, but we can talk about that easily in the raid. We're fixing a weak aura package for the boss, so we can easily deal with this, the spells and the breaks. Thank you, guys.